You are live. Welcome back to Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Tuesday, and it was not 100 degrees today. Yes. Finally, a little bit of relief. I do think it's coming back. But, yeah, do a little weather report. We'll see if anybody comes in here. StreamYard is okay. Whatever. Yeah, it's been so hot. There's so much going on behind the scenes. I haven't been doing videos. It's all a thing. I'll get into that in a minute after we get some more folks in here. What do we have? 25? All right. There we go. Who do we? Barbara Hopkins, good to see ya. One Tulip Tree, good to see ya. Pamela Monker, Arkansas Wild Man Survival, Deborah Murphy, Charlene Grady, hello. Big Wave, Florida. Lots going on. There's White Rock Homestead. Hey there. All right, we got people coming in now. Gloria, Westmoreland, Full Blown Country. Yeah, there's Lindsay. Cool. Elaine, hello. All right, we have folks coming in. 65 now, it says. All right. We're cranking on a Tuesday night. I'll wait now. It's at 72. All right, I'll start spilling beans at 100. But one of the beans I can start spilling. There's Greg. Hey, Greg. Liz Nichols. Hello. O'Rourke's Littlefield. Yeah. Yeah. How awesome is my life? How... I'm going to be doing a lot of complaining later, but how awesome is my life? John Matlick, hello. All right, so earlier today, Jen and Wiley, their channel name, you know them as Altruistic Farmstead, and they have bought a property in Arkansas, and they have changed their channel name. I'm going to bring it up here. They've changed their channel name to Our Mountain Home. That is Jen and Wiley, formerly known as Altruistic Farmstead. And they have a video out today. You don't want to, well, you might want to mute it. You might want to mute it. They had some audio difficulties, but not the whole thing, just in little sections. But they had a party on Saturday announcing their new location. I wasn't there. It was a huge bummer. But Jen and Wiley have bought a property very, very close to my new property. So we're going to be neighbors up at my new property. They're not right next door, but we can throw rocks at each other. We're not going to want to throw rocks at each other because we're all cool. But we could throw rocks at each other. So this is just, how great is my life? How great is my life? I got to remind myself when I start complaining about why I wasn't there on Saturday. I had car trouble, and Boss Hog would not start. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, spilling the beans. Jen and Wiley and their 4 kids will be moving to Arkansas and very, very, very close to my new place. And hopefully I can get set up there and going, and I can give them some help. You know, if I've got electricity and water and internet, a kitchen, I've been hitting every way but loose to Jen about, hey, yeah, you can put your freezer over at my place, then just tell me what you want for dinner and I'll bring it over. And yeah, hitting around that I love some good home cooking. But hopefully I can help out on the cooking front too, you know. I do a mean breakfast. For dinner. They've got, 2 adults and 4 kids. One of those is a teenage boy. So that's like, she's cooking for 10. I'm not used to that, but I'll give it a shot and help out where I can. There's some big old crock pot meals I can do, easy things, breakfast, for dinner, pancake. Anyway, and they've got a tractor. You can see that tractor right there. They've got a tractor. I hope I know they're going to be helpful to me because that's the kind of people that they are. But I hope I can send some of that help back their way also. So if you are not subscribed to Our Mountain Home, please do so. They had a party on Saturday, and oh wait, Drew is trying to imitate me. There we go. Drew's trying to imitate me. It's all my fault. It is all my fault that I was not able to be there on Saturday. Drew knows. He knows. So we went up on Friday, just scoping out the place. Let me take you back to, and then I'll remove. All right. So I went up on Friday with Drew to my new place, and we went out to lunch with Our Mountain Home. And I took Boss Hog up because my minivan has some brake problems. So the minivan is in the Drew shop with some brake problems. So I started driving Boss Hog, the Suburban, and I got it up there on Friday, and it's just I had driven it before, and it did the whole thing where if I drive it more than an hour. Anyway, so car problems. I do not have a working vehicle. I do not have a working vehicle. It worked on Friday, and I drove it home Friday night, and then Saturday, and on Friday, Drew's like, take my truck home. He was up there at the new place, like, take my truck home, and then as we were driving around, he's like, well, except don't do this because it'll backfire. And then he did that so that it backfired. And then he's like, okay, when you start it, if it does this, you can't. I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't be taking his truck because I'm going to mess it up like I messed up my Suburban. So I did not take Drew's advice. If I took Drew's advice, I would have been there on Saturday, and that's my own fault. And then I messed around. I should have tried the Suburban first thing in the morning, and I didn't. I waited until I was ready to go. But it was a new problem. Anyway. So, hey, there's Pierogi. Yep. Yeah, gonna have some great neighbors. So I didn't make it to their coming out party on Saturday, and I had a whole big video plan that I was gonna do a video with Drew and have them making noise in the background. And then at the end of the video, reveal that, hey, my new noisy neighbors are Our Mountain Home. But it just, sometimes it doesn't work out like that. But it's totally my fault. I was not there Saturday. I should have listened to Drew and taken his truck, and then I probably would have made it. But yeah, Boss Hog is, I tried to start it Saturday. It wouldn't start. It just clicked. And I got out, I got one of those little jump starter boxes. I got that out and it wouldn't start. And it started. It was having a problem with stalling every time you'd slow down and stop. And then the same problem I've been having for years where you drive it over an hour and it just doesn't want to go anymore. So, and Drew thought he might have that long range problem fixed. We don't know yet because it's stalling and now it won't start. It's probably the battery or something else. Anyway, so Boss Hog is not working. The brakes started going out on the minivan that I have. And so Drew's been working on that. And, you do one thing and it's a process of elimination a lot of times on stuff like that. That's a 1999 Mercury Villager minivan. It's actually made by Nissan. It's just a rebadged Nissan Quest. It's only got 150,000 miles on it. So the engine and transmission is just fine, but all the rest of the stuff is 24 years old. So Drew's been working on the brakes on that. Hopefully we can get that done. And then I'll give him back the Suburban. What did he do? He did a new distributor and something else already last week. So anyway, I have not had a vehicle. I didn't make it. I would have had a video about the party on Saturday, but I didn't make it up there. And, that's just how it goes. So that's the update. I don't have a vehicle right now, but Drew's working on it. And Jen and Wiley and their kids are my very, very new, very, very close neighbors at the new place. And now I should start paying attention to chat, shouldn't I? What else have I been doing? Another thing is a lot of the work I've been doing the past week has been after dark. It's leg band time, so I've got 100 plus chickens, and I want to be moving them, sometime this fall. So I have started, and last time I moved them, I waited until the week before to start doing everybody's leg band. So I wanted to plan ahead, and I wanted to, that way whoever picked up the chicken, they'd know all the blues go here, all the yellow. Anyway, so I started working on that the past week, and I'm more than halfway through it, putting new leg bands on every single chicken that I have. Been doing a chicken census, so it's I have been going out at dark, and then I've got a little headlamp and flashlights and stuff, and it takes me a good hour to do 10 to 12 of them. So I've been doing a little bit at a time, getting them ready to move, getting them all sorted and situated, and planning out my future flocks, because a lot of those are younger. So I've been staying up later at night, and then doing a lot more sleeping during the day. Yeah. So I wake up to get the chickens early in the morning, around 7 or so. But then I've been going back to bed. So there we go. Drew just got off work. All right, I'll start paying attention to chat now. Hurry home, Drew. You got something cool waiting for you. There's Alaska's Last Frontier. All right, back to good. Pure Okie, she's waving a hand. All right, cool. So yeah, go check out our mountain home. They are 2,950 or so. They're closing in on 3,000 subscribers. Yeah, they are. We got any mods in here to add their? There you go, 2,970. They're getting really close to 3,000 subscribers. And then Wiley has his own channel, Working with Wiley. He's closing in on 1,000 subscribers, and he'll need that for full monetization, and he also needs watch hours. Let me see if he's got any more. Yeah, I got to give Working with Wiley some love. There you go, 887 subscribers. They're going to be my neighbors. They are, we've gone out to eat a couple times. I've been able to hang out with them, quite a bit. They were up here for a week. And like I said, I was up there on Friday. I helped them go get the water they used. But they're a special family. And I don't mean that in the negative sense. But, they think outside the box. Wiley is very handy with, there you see him in front of his sawmill, and knows his way around engines and vehicles. And Jen is just a super positive person. I hope to try some of her cooking. There we go again. Yeah, they're just a special couple. They've got some great dreams too. Part of their property is, going up a mountainside, and they're dreaming of use it to their advantage. We just had a scorching hot summer here, and so one of their dreams is to build a home, or pieces of portions of their home in the side of the mountain, where you're going to get that coolness basement type atmosphere in the home to save you on cooling costs. So, and they can pull it off too. They can totally pull it off. So I'm going to be right next to them, watching them all along the way. I think you're going to want to join in. They won't be moving right away. Jen has back surgery she needs to go through, so they're going to wait probably until next spring, get her all healed up, get through the winter, and then next year will be go. Hopefully, well, I'll be living there. I'll have electric, water, internet, whatever I can do, whatever I can offer to help. So it's just so great. This is just so great. All right, working with Wiley and our mountain home. There's Karen Spear. Hello. Butt Nuggets. I don't know. Knuckleheads Homestead. C. Clifton. Hello. Lori Carp. Brian Wilkerson. Getting a fanny pack. Go get a fanny pack. They're good. There's Petty Jean River. And hey, there's Peter. All right. What else can I tell you that's been going on? A lot of chicken wrangling after dark and doing leg bands. I need to do a video. It's been over 100 degrees, and I do not want to stand outside with a camera. Because first thing, when you take the camera from the air conditioning outside, the lens fogs up for 10 minutes. So you got to wait for 10 minutes for the lens to start before you can start filming. And I'm done. You sweat through your whole outfit after 10 minutes out there. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but yeah. So it's all stuff I've been doing for years, 100 times over. But I'm gonna get back into the swing of things. I was hoping to get more progress done this week, but the car situation kind of slowed me down. What is coming up next on my new property is Drew is done with the house pad, his portion of it. So now I have landscape fabric, and I got that off of Amazon. And I also ordered the garden stakes that hold down the landscape fabric, but they did not arrive. So, yeah, I ordered them. They made it to Fort Smith, and then something went wrong. They got sent back. I'm waiting on the refund. And so I'm just going to try to find them locally. But I can't find them locally because I have no vehicle. So what's coming up, see, people ask me, when are you moving? I don't even know what I'm doing 10 minutes from now. I need to get some garden staples, put down that landscape fabric under the shed house like I did it when I originally got that shed house. Then I'm going to have to bring in a layer of rock and have Drew help spread that out, most likely. And then I need to buy blocks, and then I am ready for the shed house to be moved. So it should be done by the end of September. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to move with my shed house. Once I get the shed house, then it's water, then it's running electric lines, and all that good stuff. But not a lot. Water and electric, I'll be good. I do not have the funds for a septic system right off the bat. So that's going to have to wait. But I lived without a septic system for many years. I know how to make that work. There's working with Wiley. Hey, almost Homestead. Good to see you. So that will the septic will have to come after I move. Something else. Oh yeah, my birthday. I'm gonna do a video. That's gonna probably be my next video. But my birthday is coming up September 14th. It is a Thursday, and Denise and Marcel from It's All Gravy called me the other day. Marcel's birthday is the 15th, I think, the day after mine. And I've been bragging how I'm going to have a party, and we're going to do a joint party for Marcel. And then things just didn't work out like that. So they called me up the other day and, Jeff, are we still doing anything for your birthday? And I'm like, no, I'm not ready for anything. But then they got me to thinking. They did. Marcel and Denise are good for that. They get you thinking because they're so smart like that. So I think what I'm going to try to do on my birthday on Thursday the 14th is there's a Chinese buffet in Boonville. We can meet there like 1 or 2 o'clock after their lunch rush. But before that, if anybody's got a trailer and wants to come down to my current place, pick up a hoop coop and move it to my new place, and then go out for lunch, that would be incredible. I do have some stuff that would be very useful. So if I'm going to start throwing that together and see what can happen. If Marcel and Denise come down, that'd be great. If not, no big deal. And I figure either Thursday and or Friday. I have 5 hoop coops ready to move. Well, there's weeds around them. I'll have 5 hoop coops ready to move by my birthday on September 15th. I've got a little shed in a box that we could take down and set back up at the new place. I've got 2 brooders. I've got a picnic table. I've got some like end boards and resources, stuff like that. So a trailer party. I would like to have a trailer party on Thursday. If you can't make it Thursday, maybe we can do it again on Friday. If it rains, maybe we'll just go out to eat in Boonville. But there we go. I'm gonna see if I can make it happen. Now I got to get a hold of people with trailers. But Thursday, September 14th, and Friday, September 15th, 5 hoop coops, 2 brooders, which are like 4 foot by 8 foot, a shed in a box type deal, take down and put that back up, and that. So if anybody's got a trailer, I'm gonna be hooking you up. So that could be coming up, and that could be exciting, or it could not be. If nobody wants to help me, that's fine too. I will. I'll have to hire people. Yeah, Barbara Hopkins, Holler Homestead did it. That's a good thing about those hoop coops is you can customize them to whatever fits you best. So that's a good thing about those. I mean, originally they were for like a greenhouse, and instead of using clear plastic, you throw a tarp on there for a chicken coop, and yeah, they have been great. Is Drew talking? ABS module. Yeah. Do the brainstorming. 1999 Mercury Villager, aka Nissan Quest. And I've had another one of those before. It was probably a 96 or something Mercury Villager. And that was back in 15 years ago. Working with Wiley, just had our trailer there. Yeah, but I'm not in any hurry. That's the thing about those hoop coops is I have 10 total. So if I take 5 of them up there, then I can have them all set up and ready to go, and I can probably move the chickens myself over the course of a couple of days as long as I've got a running vehicle. Hey, the Kramer Life, are they in here? Yeah, there they are. Hey, good to see you. There's the Woodhaven. Hello. Yeah, the Kramer Life. They took a little YouTube hiatus. This is a good time of the year to do it. I tell you, it's just been hot and miserable. When you're up north in the winter and there's like 4 feet of snow on the ground, you probably can't do much. Well, it's the opposite down here. When it's 105 degrees, it's just, not a lot going on. But we're coming out of that. We're coming into fall. Hopefully I can get my shed to house moved by the end of September. And then we'll see how quick I can get the water and the electric going. And once the water and electric there, and I've got those 5 hoop coops set up, yeah, it'll be this fall. Definitely before the winter. I got to get there before the winter. Now, this house, people are, what are you doing? Yeah, I am not putting this house on the market. I have always wanted to try to find somebody I knew or, a friend of a friend or I've just been doing the networking thing with personal people I know. I've been helped out so much, so I've been trying to keep it in the family, as it were. And so that's still in the works. Nothing official yet. But I will not be putting this on the market or anything like that. And there's an issue that came up with this house that has to be addressed before any type of sale happens anyway. So my focus is on getting moved to the new property, because whatever happens here, the best thing I can do to get this place sold is to get out of here. So if once it's empty, then my options are so much better. But I'm not worried about this place. My focus is on getting moved up to the new place, and then this will take care of itself without much hassle. I really hope. Yeah, Bill, Alaska's last frontier. We go out and enjoy the 5 to 10 feet of snow up here in Alaska. Yeah, you have to have be a special type of person. Man, if I were younger and more capable, Alaska calls me. I've got a friend in Anchorage who's been bugging me to move up there for 15 years now. I don't have it in me. I wish I did. Hey, there's a Rambling Peach. Good to see you. We are nihilists. David Moffat, good to see you. Oh, what are we? 298, folks. Hello, welcome on a late Tuesday night. Wow, I rarely hit 300. This is awesome. Wanda Henry, what is the distance from your old place to your new property? It's about an hour. As crow flies, it's only 20-something miles, but crows can fly over mountains and cars can't. So it's about an hour drive, which isn't too bad. And it's all paved road, There is a shortcut, but the bridge is still out, and my minivan, you have to drive through a creek, and the minivan wouldn't make it. But yeah, it's just right about at an hour. And so I can make a couple trips in one day. Yep. Uh-oh. Will it be hard to get your tiny house there? No, it shouldn't be. And my old place where the shed house is, wow, I think it is, I'm maybe 15 miles from where the shed house is on the back roads, but I don't think they're going to be able to take my house down the back road. So they'll have to go up to 10 and then around. And that'll be, I've driven it before. See, Boonville's like 35. It'll be like 45 minutes on the pavement. It's 45 minutes going on the pavement from my old place to my new place. If you take the back roads from my old place to the new place, the dirt roads, that's probably 15, probably 25 minutes. So, yeah. So it shouldn't be hard, hopefully. How wide are your hoop coops? That's a good question for people with trailer. They're 8x10 basically. I used 2x4x10s and 2x4x8s, and then the cattle panels are 50.5 inches wide. So so on the 10-foot lengths, I moved the 8-foot board in so that it was 101 inches in between them. So it's 2x4x8 plus the depth of a 2x4. So they're basically 8x10. But what we've done, if you've got a big side, then that ain't gonna fit. But if you've got a little side, we just cocked them up and yeah. See, we just went through moving however many hoop coops I had down here, so we've learned a thing or two. Um, do we need a 20-foot car hauler or a 30-foot gooseneck? Why not both? But yeah, the hoop coops are basically 8 by 10, and but then that 8 foot length is moved in a little bit because it'd be 120 inches, but they're at 101 inches for the cattle panels. So like an 8 foot wide trailer, we might have to. And these are, I'm not worried about them busting or anything. I made them, and half of them have been busted anyway. So if we just get them there, I'll do the repairs once we get there. They're not well constructed, but they're easy to fix also. And but yeah. Frosty B just started your watching channel a few weeks ago. Thanks for coming in. I haven't been doing any content for the past few weeks. It's about to get better, I hope. But thanks for stopping by. How many people here remember when he was the dude? Yeah, a few of you in here. Man, I was back in Illinois. I could not have dreamed up a better life path for me since I got to Arkansas. Yeah, there's hiccups along the way. You got two cars and neither of them work. Your cabin starts falling apart right before you're going to sell it. Yeah, the dogs, whatever. But look at these people that I've gotten to know in real life that are going to be real life neighbors, and I get to hang out with them. And yeah, and Drew, I cannot. How? Yeah. Yeah. He's been working on both of my vehicles on his days off, and on the days off that he's not up with his backhoe on my new property. And holy cow, I could not have dreamed up Drew either. So, east of Amory, what part of Illinois did you live? I grew up in Washington, Illinois, on the other side of the Illinois River from Peoria. I did a lot of work. I worked for 2 summers in Oregon, Illinois, up a little bit north central. I went to college in Decatur, Illinois. So I was there for 4 years. I lived in Evanston for a couple of years, just a few blocks north of Chicago. Then I lived in Chicago, worked downtown, corner of Congress and Dearborn. And so yeah, that's my Illinois experience. Oh, I've also lived just in Hayworth, just south of Bloomington Normal, and I lived in Mahomet, just outside Champaign-Urbana. So yeah, I've covered most of the central and northern part of the state. Never down south though. But I don't ever want to live there again. I've been in Arkansas 6 years now, so we're good. Yeah, lived most of my life in and around Aurora. Yep. Patty White, my mom was from Chicago. I mean, it's not all bad. It's I had a good upbringing there. Yep. Barbara Hopkins subbed when Out in the Country visited and brought a rooster, and they brought me Grumpy too. And the day before Out in the Country showed up, Drew showed up. So how big have an impact? Yeah, just I've been lucky. I've been so lucky, very fortunate, and yeah, I hope I'm giving back in other ways. I really do. There's Sherman's family farm. Yeah, Drew better be playing with his new toy instead of chatting on my live. That's all I gotta say. And he's got my car that needs to be worked on, but I wouldn't be working on my car. He's got a new toy today he needs to be playing with. All right, 328 folks in here. Thanks for coming out. It is 9:35. Another shout out. Another very fortunate person I've met is Dogman Mike, and I haven't talked to him in a couple days. But yeah, anyway, his recent video, he found a relative of mine, not even, well, probably about 2 miles down the road, my great aunt. My great aunt is buried on the road that I live on now, and she's the only trig in that cemetery. I don't know how he came across it, but he came across it, and then he started doing all the research to see if he could connect her with me, and he did it too. Let me see if I can pull up his video. But how wild is that? And I knew my family has been in Arkansas since before the Civil War. I knew that, but we were up in Pope County. Come on, Dogman. Where's your channel at? Can't type in Dogman and find him. You gotta type in the Dogman. Anyway, all right, now let's share it and stream. There we go. It left my avatar in there. It does that once in a while. But here you go. Yeah, Dogman. Nope. Sorry, I'm going to skip your ad, Mike. But that's just so wild that he found my great aunt. There we go. So my great grandfather's sister. And yeah, it's crazy. But my family is my dad was born here, his dad was born here, his grandfather was born here. My dad went up to Peoria, Illinois to work for Caterpillar Tractor Company in around 1950. So I was, the first generation removed from Arkansas. But I grew up, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, they were all down here, cousins. So I grew up coming to Arkansas at least once a year, usually for a week at a time. And then we come, a couple weeks in the summer. So I grew up staying in the Russellville area. And there's a history book that my family has from Pope County. And they mention a Civil War skirmish breaking out on my family's land. And then now we've got this genealogy stuff where you can go online, and I think we've tracked my father's line back to England in the 1600s. So we came when it was we were still an English colony. My family's been here before the American Revolution, and so yeah, that history is kind of cool. But that's cool that Dogman just saw the headstone and said that, my name is not all that common either. So there you go. That was a really cool video. We're going to do more on that. I gotta get my vehicle working and start sleeping normal hours. The only time Mike wants to do something is first thing in the morning when I got chicken chores. So we'll get hooked up at some point. All right, now I go on little squirrel rants and lose track of the comments. But I imagine Mike's doing okay. What was I? See, when I call, I don't have a vehicle right now, so if I call him, I'm gonna have to ask him for a favor, and I don't like asking people for favors. So I've been putting off calling him. Hey, the awesome Homestead. Yeah, good to see you. My family's been here since 1635. Yeah, I have not done a DNA test. No. And yeah. But so chances are people with my last name in Arkansas is I'm going to be a relative. Somebody in my family was looking up. There were 3 different groups of trigs that moved from England at different time periods in the 16 and 1700s. So I don't know if we were related, and then I don't know if any more trigs came over after like the 1800s. But it's not all that common of a name. But yeah, we traced it, and it was the early 1600s when I think it was the 1630s sometime. We came over from Cornwall, England. So yeah, I'm a little bit corny. Yeah, Cornish. Jeff, math is all I think of. I know. See, trigonometry. We invented that. It was the trigs that invented trigonometry. That is not a true story at all. I made that up. I'm lying. Don't repeat that. All right, what are we going? We still have 300 people in here. It's 40 minutes. I'm starting to lose my voice. Yeah, the Kramer Life. They made their first sale of their chicken business. They sold 6 pullets. Yeah. I'm gonna have a few more. I have some pullets that when they start laying, it's 50-50 chance they'll lay brown or green. And once I find out what shade, what color and what shade of green, then I can sell those. Because, the green ones I'll keep, the brown ones I'll sell for cheap. But and then I do have a flock for David to come on homesteading. So whenever he's ready for those, hopefully before I move, he's ready for them. I do have a flock of a bunch of pullets for David to come on homesteading, and but other than that, I'm waiting to get to my new place and really start hatching up a storm this winter, so I can rebuild my flocks even more. But yeah, they've got Kramer Life. They've got it going on with their flocks over there. That Bielefelder, I think one of their friends got their Bielefelder rooster, and those Bielefelder roosters are just gorgeous creatures. That was a nice, those are nice breeds. But they've got multiple coops and multiple flocks going on, and most people you've got one flock for your layers, and if you do meat birds, you kind of do them separately. And for most people, that's cool. But once you start to get into breeding, then you're like, well, wait a minute. If I don't want to do brother and sister, and what if I want more than one breed? And so then one flock turns into 2, into 3, into 4, into 5, and then you gotta have little brooder areas to raise baby chicks, and then you end up like me. You got 10 hoop coops, and I've got that fixed coop back there. I've been using that for young cockerels, and I've gone through so many different brooders, and it's fun though. It is fun, and it is fun knowing that those pullets are going to somebody else. They're going to lay a lot of eggs for them, and they didn't have to go through all the stuff that you had to go through to get them to that level. Some people just have busy lives, or they're just wanting to get started. So I wish there was more of a market for pullets at a reasonable price. The thing around here, I don't know about North Carolina or Eastern Tennessee. I used to live in East Tennessee, Johnson City, Tennessee, by the way. But anyway, around here we have a lot of egg-laying houses, and when they dump off their battery hens, is what they're called, before they're 2 years old, they're selling them for $5-10 a piece. And so I think that kind of takes down the price of the other market on pullets. It's hard to make money on pullets because for every girl, there's usually at least one boy. And those are some expensive meals when you do that. But when you're raising them for breeding, like, you're going to evaluate pullets, so you should have extra pullets to sell. It'd be hard to make a living on that. I told Katie to start slow. She didn't listen. Well, yeah. You don't have 10 hoop coops yet, so no complaining yet. But no, it is, and the thing, it's cool meeting up with people buying your chicks or your pullets also, because they're chicken people also. And so I've had great conversations with customers on what they're doing, and yeah, and they're so excited to get my Morans or my white and true blues so they can do their own green and olive eggers. And it really is fun. And then seeing like I'm able to see Country Road Cure and Simple Life Reclaimed and Mama V. You know, they've got chickens that came from lines, and yeah, it's I wish I could give. I wish I made enough money on YouTube where I could just give away all my baby chicks and stuff like that, but I got to charge for them. And my friends understand that, so that's always good. I found a nice little niche. All right, Wiley's got dinner. Have a good night, and welcome to the neighborhood. I can't wait for them to. Well, can't wait for them to get moved down here. Can't wait for me to get moved, and they'll be coming next year. And we've got, we can team up on other things. I think Boonville just started a farmers market. They have a generous attitude. They want to do community service or that type of work, and I've got some experience in that. And we can come up with ways where we can help each other, help ourselves, and help other people. And the closer you are to be able to brainstorm that stuff. So I'm looking forward to the rest of my life here in this area with these people that I've gotten to know. It's I could not have dreamed it up better. Awesome. Am I going to Baker's Creek next year? Probably not. I've never been to that. I would like to go to that someday. I've been up and down on vehicles that can go more than an hour at a time. But maybe after I get this place sold, that's the plan. When I get this place sold, if I've got enough left over after paying off the loan, I do want to get a decent vehicle. And by decent, I mean like $4,000 to $5,000. But and then maybe I can think about some road trips and stuff like that. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, Bill's coming. Alaska, Last Frontier Homestead's coming in second week in October. There we go. Will I be moved yet? I don't know if I'll be moved yet. But you're welcome to stop by and to take a look around. There's probably some idea. That was the biggest bummer. I missed a lot of the people that came to that party on Saturday hadn't seen my place yet either. And I've been looking forward to just, kind of showing them around and brainstorming with them, seeing what kind of ideas they came up with. And because I really like doing that, is pulling ideas from other people and so that was a big bummer I didn't get to go Saturday. But yeah, so on Thursday, September 14th, or Friday, September 15th, I'll invite everybody else back out. I'd do a cookout something, but I don't have anything to do anything like that. So meeting for lunch at a Chinese buffet. Oh yeah, David Moffat. Bill's gonna take me to the new land. Yeah, he's gonna have to rent more than a car while he's in Arkansas to get that done. I'm assuming he's flying in and renting a car. But I'm gonna have to schedule the shed house being moved. Second week of October. Who knows? Who knows? Might need. Can you do? You can probably do a lot of stuff. I need electrical, run water lines. No, I don't know where I'll be. I wish I could foresee the future and plan ahead. Plan that far ahead. rent your house out to people by the night. No, I can't do that. I got to pay that mortgage off. I can't pay 2 mortgages at the same time. And it's not gonna, there's not enough. I was a hotel manager, so I'm a little bit familiar with the hospitality industry. I'd be able to sell it 2 weeks for the festivals at the Bluegrass, but other than that, it'd be a huge risk on whether or not I'd be able to make payments and sell it out enough times. So, and then if it doesn't rent out enough and I can't make the payment, then that's a huge risk. So, no, I can't hang on to it and Airbnb it. If I owned it outright, if I didn't owe anything on it, then that might be an option. But I cannot hang on to it and take the risk of losing it. But I did think about that. I'm not in the financial position to take the risk. You know, in my payoff, maybe I do rent it out 5 nights a week, but then I live an hour away. And you're talking a lot more trips down here unless I hired somebody down here to take care of all the in-between guests. And so, yeah, that'd be a big hassle. All right, what are we getting to? 9:51. All right, I can go a few more minutes. And we're still 300 people watching. Yeah. I can complain about the weather. I can complain about the heat. But I don't even think it hit 90 degrees today. I don't have a vehicle right now. Drew, how awesome is he? How lucky am I to have him around? He is working on the minivan. He'll get that going. And he said he wants to tackle the Suburban also. Yeah. And we'll be working on the new place, getting it, the landscape fabric, gravel, then the blocks. Then I can have the shed house moved. Then we can dig the water and the electric and get those hooked up. And then I'm off to the races on getting moved. Yeah. Jeff, how much a month would you rent by the month? Well, I'd have to get $700 a month, and that's not going to happen in Waldron, Arkansas. And then you think about, and I priced out the insurance. I'd have to go back and look at the quote. I got a quote on insurance to have this as an Airbnb. And it is, it's probably double a normal homeowner policy. So yeah, it'd have to rent out for at least $700 a month if I did it month to month. And then, that's still cutting it close. But yeah. The houses are going $500-600 closer to town for something of this size. It's really only a 1-bedroom. You might call it a 2-bedroom. And then it's pretty far outside of town. So it'd be hard for me to get at least $700 a month. But you never know. But I've got feelers out. I got buyers and sellers, and I am not worried about what happens to this place. I'd rent it for a month. Jeez, that's cheap. Yeah, it is, unless you're in Waldron, Arkansas. I rented a studio apartment in Chicago in 2005. It was $1,200 a month, and it was smaller than my shed house. And that place is probably $2,500 a month now. But yeah, it's just the markets; they're all different. And there's just not there's a lot of old houses around here, and a lot of you can rent stuff for $500-600 pretty easy. They're not in great condition. This place ain't in great condition either. But yeah. All right. We just dropped 299. That's my signal. Thank you all for coming out here. I hope I gave an update on whatever it is you wanted an update on. Drew and I should be getting back at it. He's been working on my car. That's more important to me right now, is having a vehicle to get around. And then, yeah, and then we should be moving and grooving in September, getting the house moved. My birthday, September 14th. Marcel's birthday, September 15th. Maybe we can get some hoop coops and stuff like that moved, and we'll all see. But thanks again for everything. Thanks for such an incredible life path I've been on since Arkansas. I could not have done it without YouTube. It's just been amazing. And I cannot say thank you enough to everybody. And there have been hundreds of you helping me out. And I appreciate every single one of you. Take it easy. I will see you later this week. And